Let's make magic. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Isaiah coming to you again from Bucks Locker. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all these videos that's posted on the Bucks Locker YouTube channel. Damn, I'm messing up the words already. I'm just excited. I'm just excited. Just excited, Uh, I'm here. It's time to start making some videos. Oh, donate to the channel if you feel like donate to the channel. All donations are welcome, big or small. I appreciate it if you do that. Buckles like a Facebook page is there, and then if you feel like you wanna like the page, it's about to get live this year. I'm telling you, it's about to get live. Anyway, as you join the chat room, like the video. We're here. We're here. I'm just, that's all I'm gonna say. The whole concept of this video, we are here. We are finally here. Long off season. The draft has passed. The Super Bowl gone, the Pro Bowl gone. OTAs. Contract situations. McCoy, JPP getting hurt. All that's behind you now. All that is gone. We are here. The season is finally in motion. The season starts with training camp. I got a good feeling, I'm being optimistic, right? You got to come into the season with a good positive mindset. Like every year, you approach the season with good thoughts, right? And the Bucs training camp started a couple days ago. No pads right now, just a couple days without pads. And I must say, man, for the first time in 4 or 5 years, I feel a whole lot better about this year starting out than the last few years and I felt good those years too, but I got a better feeling because of the coach. I mean, it's not even comparing apples to oranges with the coaches, man. I mean, like with Dort Cutter and Mike Smith versus Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles. It's night and day. They're two different type of coaches, man. You know what I'm saying? Now there is a common connection between both those four coaches is Jason Light, but I feel a whole lot better about Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles than I did with Dort Cutter and Mike Smith, right? There's been a lot of talk about how Bruce Arians is going to bring a different style to the team, and it's obviously showing. I was watching some of the training camp videos, man. We look bigger. We look bigger out there, man. We look like we an NFL team. Like, I'm not saying we're going to win 11, 12, 13 games. I'm just saying there's a whole lot more level of like you're going to respect Tampa Bay. You're going to respect the Bucs. When any NFL team on our schedule, when they play us, they're going to feel us. And it starts with the coaching. The coaching staff that we have this year is a whole lot better than what we had the last 4 or 5 years. Not even close. 10 times out of 10, people will pick Bruce Arians over Dort Cutter. 10 times out of 10, people will pick Todd Bowles over Mike Smith. Not even close. So the expectations, I'm going to be humble and not say I'm not going to raise the bar really high. I'm not going to raise the bar over 10 games. So we'll get to that in the part, but I just want to tell y'all that I like Bruce Arians' approach. I like the way he's handled the offseason. From the Jerry McCoy situation, from the JPP situation, to the Noah Spence situation, to the Devon White selection, with the Jameis Winston, situation, and how he told him you're starting. You know what I'm saying? I like how Bruce Arians is running the show. He's running the show like a professional NFL head coach. Unlike Dort Cutter, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna dive into that a little bit. I watched a couple of his interviews and how he handles himself in the press conference. He is so much different than Dort Cutter in the press conference. Dort Cutter came off as an arrogant prick. He came off like you couldn't ask him no questions. He didn't have a personality. If you ask him something, he feel like you're asking too much. With Bruce Arians, you can tell the media likes Bruce. Think about it. Go watch some of his interviews. The Bruce Arians interviews are so delightful and so much energy. You know what I'm saying? Like the media gravitates to Bruce Arians versus I gotta talk to Dort Cutter. They didn't like Dort Cutter. They didn't like Mike Smith really. They liked Mike Smith more than they liked the Dort Cutter. But when you listen to Bruce Arians speak on his interviews with the media, they be like asking him all kind of stuff, and he answers it with straight. He's a straight shooter, straight shot, no chaser. That's how I like to drink when I do that. But he gives it to the media raw and uncut. And the media likes that. He don't beat around the bushes. He be like, look, they asked him about the JPP situation. They asked him about the German McCoy situation. Gave it to him, raw and uncut. And I like that about Bruce, man. No risk, no biscuit attitude, man. And we needed that. We needed that whole change of culture. Bruce Arians, you can say he's changed the culture. From day one, from the time he got to the office. He's changed the culture just by his attitude. I'm telling y'all got to really watch Bruce Arians' interviews. And I've watched them. And I'm like, damn, this dude, like, he speaks with a lot of confidence. He does not speak with no, I don't know. Like, he lets you know, like, this is what it is. And he's letting the media know that in the NFL teams, when they come to Tampa or when we go to their place, you ain't just gonna just walk over us. You're going to fight. You know, Bruce Arians was talking about the training camp, first day, and a lot of stuff, a lot of noise is coming out the training camp about certain players. And this is early in the training camp. This usually happens. A lot of people get hyped up over training camp, which is very important, very vital to our season, right? No injuries yet, and there's some things that came up that I read upon, that I want to talk about on this channel. Jameis, of course, the franchise quarterback for 1 year. This is a make it or break it year for him. He, according to Bruce Arians, he's looking good out there. Of course, he threw a couple picks. Probably. I mean, well, that's what what I've been reading. He threw a couple picks and something like that. But that's good though. Because my concern is not the offense really, because Bruce Arians' track record, the offense always gonna be good. So. Folks, do not get too caught up on the Jameis throwing interceptions in training camp, because the offense going to be good. Now, I get it, same old Jameis, he's throwing interceptions in the training camp and practicing. Yeah. But remember, Jameis Winston, what's going to be important to him moving forward is cutting back on the turnovers, but also having a supporting cast around him to do what they're supposed to do at a high level. That means the O-line, particularly right guard, finding somebody at right guard. Donovan Smith blocking better. Ryan Jensen not getting 15-yard personal foul penalties called on him, being nasty after the whistle been blown. Ronald Jones, Peyton Barber actually hitting the hole and running. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too much worried about the receivers and tight ends because they're good. They're elite. So in order for Jameis Winston to be good, those pieces around him, that front four, them 5 linemen and those running backs need to do their job. Take the pressure off Jameis Winston. And listening to Bruce Arians, he said they're going to commit to the running game. So Peyton Barber will get the carries. He will be the starter. Ronald Jones, Rojo, he will get some carries. There's a possibility he might show out and be the guy. Like athletically, Ronald Jones, just from the eye test, you're going to take Ronald Jones over Peyton Barber. But when you get him on the field, you're going to take Peyton Barber over Ronald Jones any day. Because Ronald Jones cannot, catch sometimes. He's not consistent blocking. He don't know how to hit the hole. He's not seeing the holes correctly. So with this offense, with this type of coaching staff, that should improve. So I'm not too much worried about the offense. The only concerns I have is left tackle and right guard in the running game. Outside of that, with Dotson and Ali Marpet and sometimes Ryan Jansen, old crazy ass, excuse my language, Donovan Smith and the right guard situation. Now with the right guard situation, Alex Kappa, you know, he came out based on what I read. He came out with the starters. He's the starting right guard, and I think the reason why they're doing this is they want to see how he practices with the starters. They want to see if he can hold himself against Vita Vea. You know what I'm saying? They want to see if he can hold himself up in real life, you know, practice with the starters. Can he be a starter in year 2? You know what I'm saying? That's why they got to see what they got out of Alex Kappa. That's why they did it. They didn't put Alex Kappa out there just to be like, oh, we're going to wait for Earl Wofford to get himself together. Earl Wofford is old. But they are hoping that Alex Kappa can win the starting right guard position and actually hold himself. Unlike last season, he looked like a baby calf. Alex cannot block. Just like Caleb been a block. Alex cannot block. You know what I'm saying? Now, with a whole offseason, with a whole training camp, they put him out there. They want to see what he got. So he came out there with the starters. So my concerns about offense, man, is just a couple areas, man. Like I said, running backs, right guard, left tackle. I'm not worried about Cuban Bread. I'm not worried about O.J. Howard. I'm not worried about Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, you know, Rashad Perriman and Justin Watson, you know, Bubba Wilson and Scotty Miller. Like there's a lot of noise about Justin Watson and Scotty Miller, Scotty Too Hotty. There's a lot of noise coming out of that camp for Justin Watson already, even in the offseason. They comparing him to Adam Thielen now. That's a bit of a reach, but you know, Justin Watson catching everything. Rashad Perriman catching everything. They're talking about that third receiver spot is up for grabs, which means that's Miller, Perriman, and Watson. Now, I don't think Bubba Wilson will ever be a starter or ever reach that level to be a consistent player on the field. But, you know, Bubba Wilson can be a good return. But the big talk is about Perriman, Miller, and Watson. They say Justin Watson he's built great chemistry with Jameis Winston. So I want folks, if anybody down in Tampa that's been in the training camp or watching training camp, could y'all let me know how y'all see Justin Watson out there with the guys out there? How does he look? How does he look in the slot? I want to know, and can anybody down in Tampa that's out there at the training camp watching watching the practices, let me know how Justin Watson actually looks out there in live, right out there in camp, because there's a lot of talk about him right now looking really good. I mean, this is second year. Second or third. Well, he's still young, but he looks really good out there. And the thing about it, we have 2 good receivers already. With Mike Evans back to his old form. I ain't worried about Mike Evans. And then you got Chris Godwin, breakout year. But that third receiver spot is very competitive. Remember, it's really great to have competition, really good competition at positions. And right now we have a competition for the third spot with Miller and Perriman and Watson. Now the story goes is if the younger guy is holding his own against the veteran guy, you go with the younger guy. So if Justin Watson can maintain his improvement with Rashad Perriman and throughout preseason, if they equal, you take Justin Watson over Rashad Perriman. It's just how it goes. You know, I'm gonna go with the veteran, even though the rookie or even though the second year guy is playing just as good. You always go with the younger guy. If the younger guy can hold his own and maintain his level of play in training camp and preseason, if it's a tie, you go with the younger guy. So if Justin Watson continues to play or practice the way he's been practicing, catching all those balls, along with Rashad Perriman, when it comes down to that preseason game number 3, and he comes out there and makes all his catches, and they make that final 53 cut, they're going to go with the young guy. So So I like the camp. I like the camp battle going on between Miller, Watson, and Perriman. And Miller can return kicks too. By the way, he's blazing speed, and he can line up on the outside. He's not. People keep saying Adam Humphrey. Just by looking at Scotty Miller's college tape, Scotty Miller is nowhere near Adam Humphrey. He's not even. They're not even the same player. Adam Humphrey was strictly a slot receiver. Scott Miller, he can play outside, inside, X, Y, and Z. Don't matter. And he's way faster than Adam Humphrey. Of course, Adam Humphrey can catch way better. He can catch the ball. Scotty can catch the ball, but he's way faster, way more athletic. Adam Humphrey couldn't stretch the field. I told y'all I didn't have no beef against Adam Humphrey. He was so limited. In that slot position, you got to have a guy that can go out, get the ball. Like Adam Humphrey can catch screens and little 5-yard, 6-yard routes, but you got to move them chains. And Scotty Miller can move the chains. That boy can go deep. Put it up there. Go get it. 4-3? That's what held back Adam Humphrey to me. That's what kept Adam Humphrey a mid-tier slot guy. Because he was a 4.6, 4.7. That's not good enough in slot, man. Short area quickness, that's cool. But if you got short area quickness and long speed, I told y'all, man. Like Malcolm. I told you guys. A lot of people didn't like the fact that I talked about Adam Humphrey, but I told y'all, don't give Adam Humphrey all that money, man. Because you can find a guy in the draft just as good and faster. And I believe that we've drafted that guy along with Justin Watson. And then you got, Rashad Perriman. Those three guys can replace Adam Humphrey easy. Like people say, oh, Adam Humphrey was a big part of the offense on third downs and this and that. But he wasn't a game breaker. So he was a guy in the offense that produced really good numbers as far as catches. But as far as yards per catch, breaking tackles, scoring touchdowns, he was very limited. So I believe we replace Adam Humphrey and it's going to be a smooth transition. Adam Humphrey got paid. Shouts out to Adam Humphrey. You got your money. But the Bucs felt like we can't pay you all that money and you're very limited. The Bucs went cheaper. They went with 2 young guys and a veteran guy to replace Adam Humphrey's production. And I really believe that those 3 guys can replace his production. And then that's not even counting putting Chris Godwin in the slot. That's not even counting putting Mike Evans in the slot. Adam Humphrey couldn't line up on the outside. Adam Humphrey can only line up on the inside because he was a short area quickness guy. You put Adam Humphrey on the outside, he can't get off the line. Adam Humphrey's tough, but he was very limited. Even in punt return, very limited. Oh yeah, that's right. The tight ends can play in the slot. O.J. Howard, Devon White, I'll get to him in a second, but Devon White even said, is he really a tight end? Because I don't think so. Go watch the Devon White interview. They asked him about O.J. Howard. They was like, is he a tight end? He was like, nah, ain't no damn tight end. He's just big as hell. He's a big-ass receiver. He's a Mike Evans. O.J. Howard is a Mike Evans, but a little more bulkier, 250, 255. Mike Evans is like 230, 225, 226. But go watch the interview with Devon White. Go watch the interview. Devon White was like, O.J. Howard, I don't think he's no damn tight end. I'm paraphrasing, but that boy no tight end. So we are very versatile with the receivers. So Adam Humphrey's production will not be heavily missed like people think it's going to be because everybody can play everywhere. The versatility with the receivers is crazy. Justin Watson can line on the slot and on the outside, along with Perriman, Scotty Miller, O.J. Howard, Cuban Bread, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. We probably have in my personal opinion, I think our receiving core is a top 10 receiving core. From when I say receiving core, guys that can catch the ball. From the number 1 receiver all the way down to the number 5 receiver and the top 2 tight ends. Look at the NFL rosters. Look at the NFL rosters. Look at their top 4 or 5 receivers and look at their top 2 tight ends. Tell me who got a better overall structure of receivers. Don't worry, I'll wait. Name them. We're talking about receivers, their top 4 or 5 receivers, and your top 2 tight ends. Name me the teams that have a better collection of talent. We're in the top 10, folks. So receivers, Adam Humphrey situation, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. That production will be replaced out of the slot by multiple people. I'm not even counting the running backs. I'm just counting the top 4 or 5 receivers and the top 2 tight ends. Give me the teams that have a better set of 6 to 7 guys that can catch the ball. If you can name some teams, put them in the comment section. Give me the teams. Can I name a few teams that got seven guys, or 4 or 5 receivers, 6 or 7 guys that's better than our 6 or 7 guys? Let's see. It's hard. I don't know. I really can't think of teams that has better, their top 6 or 7 receive. I don't know, man. It's hard, man. The Bucs is up there, man. See, y'all didn't think about that, did y'all? Y'all didn't think about the top 4 or 5 receivers and the top 2 tight ends compared to the rest of the teams in the NFL. We are up there. All we need James Winston to do, stop throwing interceptions. That's it. And the O-line to block better and get a running game. So we're gonna see about offense. You know what I'm saying? But I like what I'm hearing about the certain guys: Miller, Watson, Perriman. Peyton Barber's looking pretty good out there so far in the first couple days. OJ Howard making catches already. You know, I mean, we're good. We're good on offense as far as catching the ball. I'm telling y'all, it's the damn O-line and that running game. Bucs locker clap. But that's what I've been hearing and reading about and watching on these highlights with the offense. And you know, going back to the coaching. Man, sometimes, you know, and let me bring the tone down because I was getting a little hype. But coaching makes a big difference, man. I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't understand football, for those of you that don't understand football, coaching makes a big difference across any sport. We've seen this. There's too many examples of coaches coming in and making a team that was meddling around and turning them and making them really good, or making a good team go elite. Now we got a lot of people joining the chat room. Make sure you like the video as you join the chat room. We only got 11 likes, and we got all these people in the chat room. Like the video. But anyway, coaching makes a big difference. There's too many examples of teams that's middling around, and all of a sudden you get a better coach, boom, and some more talent, boom, you take off. You take off because of coaching. A coach can make or break a team just by the way he thinks, his mentality, right? His masculine energy. Like, his energy can make a team soft, or it can make a team milling around, or it can make a team good to an elite. Think about it. Look at the elite coaches. Look at their mentality, right? Belichick, Pete Carroll, Mike Tomlin, Sean Payton. I mean, look at those guys. Look at those guys. Think about it. Andy Reid. They're not scared. They're not conservative, and I can't just. No, those men, I'm sorry, not guys. Those men are elite coaches. They don't play. You buy into the system or get the hell out. Think about it. Look at what those coaches got in common. They ain't scared to take chances, man. Belichick, Pete Carroll, Mike Tomlin, Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Sean McVay, the 34, 35-year-old coach. They're not scared to make that. I'm going with it. We doing it. Let's go. Like, this is why Bruce Arians fit in that criteria, because he's a no risk. He's a no risk, no biscuit. All those coaches I just named are not scared to make decisions, to bench a player, to move on from a player, to get on a player. You got to buy into the system, and it starts with the coaching. That's why those guys continue. That's why Sean McVay is going to continue to be a good coach, even though he in his mid-30s. I'm older than Sean McVay. But the way he been raised to coach, he's gonna always be really good. Young as he is, I put Sean McVay in that category with the Pete Carrolls, the Belichicks, the Mike Tomlins, the Andy Reids. I put him up there. And what does Bruce Arians have in common with those guys? The Sean Paytons. I'm sorry, can't forget about Sean Payton. Those are really good coaches. What does Bruce Arians have in common with those coaches? Go forward. Swag. Confidence. Cockiness. They show it in different ways, but they all got that same type of attitude. They with the smoke. They want all the smoke. Yes, they all are cocky. All those coaches have swag. They got they cocky. Belichick, he's a silent killer. Like, he's silent cockiness, right? Andy Reid, he's a risk taker. You know what I'm saying? Even though he doesn't show up in the big games, but he's a risk taker. You know what I'm saying? Sean Payton, we all seen how he get down. He ain't scared to roll the dice. Pete Carroll, we seen how he get down. He ain't scared to roll the dice. 60-something years old. Mike Tomlin, you see how he is. He ain't scared to roll the dice. Sean McVay, young as he is, he ain't scared to roll the dice. Oh, that's right. Doug Peterson is another coach. He ain't scared to roll the dice. Confident coaches win. We didn't have that with Dort Cutter, Lovie Smith, Greg Schiano. Raheem Morris was a rah-rah guy. He wasn't like a risk taker. He was a rah-rah guy. Chest bump, high five guy. John Gruden, when we won that Super Bowl, what was John Gruden's swag? Risk it. Let's go. Let's do it. Cockiness. He wasn't scared. Now, yes, he took Tony Dungy's team and won the Super Bowl with it. We get that part. We're not going to go that far back. But you get what I'm saying. The coaches that win have that factor, the it factor. When you look at Bruce Arians, tell me he fits that category. He fits the category of those type of coaches. I'm giving y'all facts, folks. I'm giving it to y'all. Just look at Bruce Arians' demeanor and look at those coaches I just named. I'm gonna let y'all marinate on that. What I just gave y'all right now. I just dropped some gems on y'all. I just dropped the gem on y'all right in y'all hand. For the first time since John Gruden, we got a coach that is confident in his system, and it came with a slogan: "No risk, no biscuit." And I just gave y'all 5, 6, 7 coaches that have that same attitude. I'm telling y'all, folks, it's not hard to figure this out, man. Cut from a different cloth. Bruce Arians is cut from a different cloth. He's cut from the cloth of those guys I named. Now, as far as the coaching tree and all that stuff like that, I mean, I read up on it. Bruce Arians' coaching tree goes way back. And you can see why he's cut from that cloth. Look at Bill Parcells' disciples. Mike Zimmerman. You know what I'm saying? These Anthony Lynn with the Chargers. He's another coach that's kind of like starting to kind of ascend up to the top. They're not scared. They're confident, man. Listen to those guys. Minnesota was middling around. Mike Zimmerman come in and Minnesota's a playoff team. Anthony Lynn, Bill Parcells' disciple. Middling around with Chargers, you know, and Marty Schottenheimer and all that. Anthony Lynn get there, boom. Sean Payton, the Saints was the Saints, they was the Aints. Sean Payton get there, boom, Super Bowl, boom, they really good. Look at the Rams, Jeff Fisher. All of a sudden, Sean McVay get there, boom, look, oh, they got a whole new swag now. They on the sideline, Sean McVay, hand slapping, chest bumping, energy, confidence, swag. If your coach ain't got that, you ain't going nowhere. Conservative coaches don't win. It's all about where you cut from. What is your cloth? What cloth are you cut from? And if you watch Bruce Arians, to me, He's cut from that type of cloth. The Belichick, the Pete Carroll, the Doug Peterson, the Mike Tomlin, the Sean McVay, Sean Payton, cut from that cloth. That's how you gonna win games. That's how you gonna get it. So when I listen to Bruce Arians, I listen to actually take something from that. Versus when I listen to Dort Cutter, Lovie Smith, Shiano, Raheem Morris, I didn't get anything out of them. Pay attention, folks. This is a whole different type of animal that we're dealing with right now as far as with Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles and that whole coaching staff. They're not playing. They're gonna punch you in the. They're gonna punch these teams in the mouth. The defense is gonna be a whole lot more aggressive, and I'll get to them in a second. But offensively, and I'm talking about the coaching right now, and I touched on the offense. But as far as coaching makes a huge difference. Do not be surprised we win 8, 9, 10 games. Do not be surprised. Do not be surprised Jameis Winston actually plays a whole lot better than he played with Dirk Cutter. Do not be surprised. Don't be like, oh, I don't know. I didn't know Jameis Winston was this good. Well, because of coaching, and you didn't really see it because of the inconsistency with coaching and the disconnect. When you have a disconnect with the coach and quarterback, you're going to have issues. Oh, what do those guys got in common that I named? Those 7 guys. Y'all get where I'm going with this, right? Belichick, Brady. Andy Reid, Alex Smith, Patrick Mahomes. Mike Tomlin, Roethlisberger. Doug Peterson, Nick Foles, Carson Wentz. McVay, Goff, Anthony Lynn, Phillip Rivers, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes. You get where I'm going with this? You get where I'm going with this, folks? You get the connection I'm getting with this? All those coaches that's winning and with the swag and everything, they got a real good rapport. They got a real good chemistry with the quarterback. When you got a disconnect with the quarterback, you're going to have problems. Do not be surprised that the Arians and the Jameis Winston connection actually mesh very well. Because if you look at both of those guys, if you look at Jameis Winston and you look at Bruce Arians, very similar, right? Confident. I believe in myself. It is what it is. Like, this is me. That's how Jameis Winston play on the field, and that's how Bruce Arians coach. Peanut butter and jelly, baby. Ketchup on fries. Hot sauce on chicken. And catfish. They go together. They go together. I'm telling you. Pay attention, folks. I'm giving y'all game. I named y'all 7 to 8 coaches. What do they have in common? They have quarterbacks that they mesh well with. Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. I do this. But anyway, so I talked about the offensive side. I talked about the coaching. I got real hood real quick. Hot sauce and catfish. Hot sauce and that cornerstone chicken. Butter and grits. Go together. Makes sense, right? It just makes sense. Cuban sandwich with some chips. Milk and cookies. They go together. You want me to keep going? I got too many to put together like that. Sugar and Kool-Aid. They go together. It just makes sense. It's not hard, folks. Ketchup and fries. On the side or on the fries. Go together. Still tastes good. Coach and quarterback have to go together. Their personalities have to mesh. I want a Cuban sandwich. Can anybody send me some Cuban bread, please? I want a Cuban sandwich. I want some Cuban bread from Tampa. I want to make a Cuban sandwich. Somebody send me some Cuban bread. I just had a moment. I went back in time to Tony's Deli in Nucio. Nucio. Shouts out to Nucio, 50th Street, Sly, King High School. I want a Cuban sandwich. Snacks Corner Store. The Snacks Corner Store, where I grew up at, the Fishbowl, Nucio Park, Sulphur Springs Elementary. I want a Cuban sandwich. Somebody send me some Cuban bread. Somebody send me some Cuban bread. I will cash app you the money. PayPal, Cash App, Google Pay. I will send you the money. Get me a loaf of Cuban bread. Wrap it up real tight and FedEx it to me or UPS it to me. Next day delivery. I want some Cuban bread. Hit me up on the email. I want some Cuban bread. Somebody go to Publix. To get me a loaf of Cuban bread. I remember those days. I'm having a flashback, folks. I'm sorry, because I'm hungry. I'm about to get off this damn video, but I remember Cuban sandwich, Nucio Park, snacks, Tony's Deli. Just get a loaf of Cuban bread. So okay, Beat King. He said, do not go to Publix for Cuban bread. Okay, so it don't matter who got the best Cuban bread. I just want the bread. I'm not even supposed to be eating that. You know what I'm saying? But I just had a flashback. I'm not even supposed to be eating that type of food because it's carbs, but I don't care. I'm going to get back to football in a second, folks. I just want some Cuban bread sent to me so I can make me a sandwich with extra mayonnaise. Anyway, so I talked about coaching, talked about the offense and the individual players and stuff like that. But now I'm going to touch on, and if anybody really going to send me some Cuban bread, just hit me up on email. Firethecannons at 813@gmail.com. But I want to touch on the defense. As far as training camp, the first couple days, a lot of buzz, man. A lot of buzz coming out of there about Devon White. A lot of buzz is coming out about Devon White. And a lot of people talking about Noah Spence. You know, we've all been frustrated with Noah Spence. Right? We've been frustrated with this dude. His rookie season, he had 5.5 sacks. 5.5 sacks his rookie season. Playing with a shoulder harness. Now, all of a sudden, Dirk Cutter and Mike Smith didn't like him. In a 4-3 defense, they try to fit a square in a fucking peg hole. Didn't fit. But they thought they can force feed Noah Spence into a 4-3 defense. They knew Noah Spence was a 3-4 outside linebacker. His dimensions, his size, his measurements. Go look at Khalil Mack. And I said this before. Go look at Khalil Mack and go look at and Von Miller measurements and go look at Noah Spence measurements. Damn near the same guy. Same size. Damn near. I'm telling y'all. Go look at the measurements. That's what they was comparing him to. Similar type guys. Von Miller, Khalil Mack, left outside linebacker. Or right or left, however you look at the defense. Very quick twitch guys for their size. 6'2", 6'2.5", 240-ish, you know. But now we got Noah Spence lining up the 4-3 defensive end. Go put on some more weight. So I'm very intrigued to see what Noah Spence do in this defense, this exotic defense flying around. I believe it fits him better. He's going to get a lot of playing time because he has the talent. He has the talent. He just needed to be in the right system. He's finally in the right system. So no excuse, Noah Spence. So if you don't give me 5 or 6 or 7 sacks this year, dog, you're out of here. You're out. You got to give us at least 5 sacks, 6 or 7 off the rip. And stay healthy, my friend. But Dos Equis. But stay thirsty, my friend. But also Devon White flying around making plays, man. Flying around making plays. Reports are showing or telling everybody that everybody's blitzing. Levante blitzing. Devon White's blitzing. You know, Spence is getting back there, getting around Donovan Smith as usual. You know what I'm saying? Making Jameis very uncomfortable, which caused Jameis Winston to throw interceptions. And the secondary getting interceptions, and it's not the typical guys that was getting interceptions. You know, the Bunton, the Deans, and the Edward. These are other guys that get interceptions. And just like I told y'all about how coaching can change the team, having the right guys on defense, drafting or getting the right guys on your defense to give your defense more of an aggressive feel, more of a confident swag feel. I'm telling y'all, folks, and a lot of guys, a lot of analysts been talking about this. Devon White, man, that dude. When I listen to his press conference, when I listen to his interviews with the media, he has so much control, so much confidence, so much the it factor, man. I can see why a lot of those analysts comparing him to top level linebackers already. When I tell y'all this, folks, Devon White is going to make a huge difference. When I say a corner piece to the franchise, that dude is going to be the difference maker from day one on defense. They gave this man the green dot, meaning he's getting the calls in his helmet, line the defense up on what defense they're going to be in to make the audibles. They putting that much responsibility on Devon White already. Folks, I'm going to repeat this. If you're not paying attention to Devon White in his interviews, look at his overall demeanor. The dude just got the it factor, man. I don't know if y'all remember Heavenly Kid, but there was a line in that movie. Don't worry about it. I got it covered. Devon White gonna cover a lot of ground. He's gonna cover up some of those deficiencies that we have in the defense by making the right calls, by having that game-breaking defensive game speed. The dude ran a 4.42. Think about it. 6'1", 240, ran a 4.42. Good luck, Christian McCaffrey. Good luck, Devontae Freeman. Good luck, Alvin Kamara. You ain't getting by Devon White. You ain't getting back. No. Devon White going to be a heat-seeking missile in that defense. That defense is going to be all over the freaking place. Devon White will change that defense the same way Luke Kuechly changed the Carolina Panthers defense. Yes, I said it. I'm on record. I'm on this video on Buckles Locker. Yes, I said it. The same way Luke Kuechly changed the Carolina defense is the same way Devon White is going to change the Bucs defense. Man, I wish we would have drafted Luke Kuechly. But we didn't. It's all good. We got Levante David, but that's cool. Devon White is better than Quan Alexander. Yeah, I said it. And I like Quan. I do. I like Quan. This is no shot at Quan. I like Quan, but Devon White is a better overall player. I'm not even saying based on his draft capital. You know, Devon White was a number 5 pick and Quan was the 4th round pick. No. Just look at the player itself. Don't look at the draft status. Look at the player. I'm an SEC fan. I watched Devon White. He was a problem for the Gators. My Lord. Everywhere. Like in the way. Why is he in the way? Why is he here? In the way. Devon White is a faster player, bigger, stronger, more game speed, reading recognition, more agility, read and diagnose plays better, and can blitz better, and will bring the thumper. And somebody said it in the chat room, the eye test. No off the field issues. That's another reason why Quan went in the 4th round. Now you put Devon White in an NFL system. He's going to change that defense the same way Bobby Wagner changed the Seattle Hawks defense. And we're talking about linebackers, folks. The same way that Bobby Wagner, Luke Kuechly changed the defense for their teams is the same way Devon White gonna be. Ray Lewis, I'm not saying he's gonna be a Ray Lewis. I'm just saying how that guy got drafted by a team and the whole defense changed because of the energy that he brings. As long as he don't get hurt, that defense is going to, the Bucs defense is going to be a problem. That secondary will be helped out by one guy, by getting the play calls correctly. I just like the way Devon White carries himself. He carries himself as a grown a G-A-M, grown ass man. Rookie. Grown ass man. If y'all don't understand the importance of having a linebacker in the middle that can actually play, go look it up. We can go back to the Derrick Brooks, Hardy Nickerson days. Remember those guys? Hardy Nickerson, Derrick Brooks. See how our defense was playing? See how that works? Just as important as the quarterback to the offense, the middle linebacker is just as important as the defense. The middle linebacker sets the tone. We have a tone setter in Devon White. Devon White is a tone setter. He will personally, I believe, change the defense moving forward. Too many examples, man. Too many examples of linebackers making their team look good. Look at those Cowboys linebackers. Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith. Look at the Cowboys defense. Them two young stud linebackers. Them damn linebackers all over the place. Roquan Smith from the Chicago Bears. Roquan Smith. I like Roquan Smith. And that's what I think Devon White reminds me of. Just a little bit more bigger and faster. Go look at Roquan Smith and the Chicago Bears. Like, change the defense. And I know Khalil Mack was a game changer, but I'm just talking about linebackers, middle linebackers. The linebacker from the Colts. The Colts linebacker, Leonard. I'm telling y'all, folks, he's not a middle linebacker, but I'm just saying, you got to have that guy at that linebacker position that can make a difference. Deion Jones from Atlanta. Even though I don't like Atlanta, but Deion Jones, another LSU product. Deion Jones. Shouts to Deion Jones. That boy got hurt. Atlanta defense went to shit. Excuse my language again, because I don't like to cuss. Atlanta defense went to sugar honey iced tea. Deion Jones got hurt. Atlanta defense went sugar honey iced tea. Went to doo-doo. Along with Keanu O'Neal, but you can't have that. You got to have that guy in the middle. Luke Kuechly. Carolina defense look a whole lot different without Luke Kuechly when Luke Kuechly was hurt. This is not hard, folks. It's not hard to figure this out. This is why I like Devon White in our defense. I know some people was like, oh, we should have drafted, we could have got this and yeah, I know. But Devon White fell to us perfectly. I'm not even mad at the pick. Unlike last year, I hate to keep beating the dead horse, but man, can you imagine up the middle? Devon White, Derwin James. Mika Fitzpatrick. Lord Jesus Christ. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Dort Cutter and Mike Smith. And Jason Light. Anyway. But also, let's talk about the secondary. That's the big question. Secondary. I'm not too much worried about front seven. I mean, yes, JPP has an injury, but I think we have enough depth to kind of like manifest that and kind of make that work out some type of way. JPP is on schedule to be back in October, so he will be back as long as he don't have any setbacks. So that'll be a big get. That'll be in week like 8 or 9 or something like that, NFL week. So he'll be activated onto the roster. We have a lot of depth. Shaquille Barrett, Noah Spence, a lot of guys gonna be blitzing. So it's gonna be a sack by committee type guy. We don't have the it guy to get a lot of sacks. Now, if Shaquille Barrett all of a sudden comes out of nowhere and be that guy, and Noah Spence be that, expect sacks from a lot of different guys. Anthony Nelson, that man, I think he's gonna be a starter. Anthony Nelson looks really good. I went back and watched his Iowa tape. Iowa Hawkeyes, Big Ten country. Shouts out to the Big Ten people. But Anthony Nelson, man, that's a big young guy. That dude is huge. And he got some twitch in him. They're gonna stand him up sometimes. I mean, he's a 5-3 technique guy. He can play in a 3-4. He can play the 5 technique. The Richard Seymour type guy. The Richard Seymour, Chris Jones, that type of 5 technique. And if a lot of you don't know what a 5 technique is, it's in a 3-4 defense. He has long arms. He's the Richard Seymour clone. The Cameron Jordan clone. The Chris Jones clone. Long arms that can push the tackle back. I saw Anthony Nelson standing next to Carl Nassib. God, Anthony Nelson is a big dude. That dude is powerful, man. That might be a late steal for us, man. I think we stole him. I think we stole that guy. And a lot of Iowa guys come to the NFL and produce. And Iowa coach is Kirk Ferentz, which is close friends with Belichick and Saban. See how the connection works? But the Iowa guys that come to the NFL, most of them stick to the NFL because of the coaching. He's coached very well. Anthony Nelson. Yep. I think he probably fell further than he thought he was going to fall. That's okay. We got him. Then you got Carl Nassib. And Carl Nassib can get us about 6 to 9 sacks. We good on that. Vita. He looks really good. Devon White was talking about Vay. Vita. Devon White was talking about him like, man, that dude got some quickness. See, Anthony Nelson had the second most pressures in the Big Ten behind Bosa. Man, facts. These are all facts, folks. Anthony Nelson is 6'5", 280 pounds, and can move. I don't know why he fell so far in the draft, which was weird. But the draft was very deep at defensive lineman, though, so that's another reason why he fell. Like any other year, Anthony Nelson would have been a second, late first, early second, mid-second round pick. But due to the fact that the D-line was deep this year, he fell all the way down to the 4th round. That's how deep the defensive line draft was this year. We got a gem possibly sitting there with Anthony Nelson. Yep. And then you got Shaquille Barrett. So we got a lot of depth on that D line. A lot of depth. You got William Golson. See, don't get too caught up in that 40-yard dash. 40-yard dash thing. With D-line, I'm not looking at D-line's 40-yard dash. I'm looking at the 10-yard shuttle, the quick area, the short area test. All right, see? There it is. Bucs fan 727. His split and his 10-yard split, 60-yard split, and shuttle was tops. See how that works? Or don't get too caught up in the D-line, the 40-yard dash, and the bench press was a little concerning, but his shuttle quickness, that 10-yard, 20-yard shuttle, whatever that is, that's top, and that's what you want. That's why he can get pressure on the quarterback. Anthony Nelson might be a low-key steal, but Shaquille Barrett, Nassib, Nelson, Spence, Buckner, Villa, William Golson. We got some depth there. We got some depth to kind of make a difference, right? And a lot of those guys are big guys. They're not small guys. Think about it. I mean, Noah Spence is probably our smallest guy that's going to be rushing the passer. The rest of those guys are pretty big. And the 3-4 D, if for those of you that don't know, understand the 3-4, you need some beef on that line. The 3 technique, 5 technique. The defensive ends, basically. You need some beef on that line as a 3-4, man. You got to be able to take on a tackle and a guard as a 5 technique. The 3 technique, get after the quarterback. Understand what a 3-4. Understand what a 3-4 defense is. Oh, I keep forgetting about Sue. Damn, Adamakan Sue next to Villa. Think about this, folks. We got versatility all throughout the D line. Oh, Gerald McCoy, he's still salty. I don't care if he's still salty. It is what it is. He's gone. I don't want to talk about him no more. Our D line is versatile. Nelson, Nassam, Villa, Sue, William Golson, Anthony Nelson, they can all play up and down that line. We have the 3-4, the type of 3-4 that we're running. It's a heavy blitz 3-4. Now there's 3-4s out there that don't blitz well, but most 3-4s blitz a lot. Like if you look at the history of a 3-4 and the teams that ran 3-4, the Jets with Rex Ryan, remember him? The Ravens runs a 3-4, right? They blitz a lot. They're blitzing teams. Yeah, 3-4 is a heavy, because you got speed at the outside linebacker position. That's why you blitz a lot. That's why Gerald McCoy did not fit a 3-4 scheme. I'm telling you, man. 3-4 is a beast if you got the right personnel and the right linebackers. And Dominican Sue can play in a 3-4 defense. And another thing that makes a 3-4 defense work, and I think somebody mentioned it. Shouts out to that guy. I usually don't do that, but I keep watching his comments. He makes some good points, and I'm actually touching on them as he talk about it. I'm actually going in that direction. But what makes a 3-4 defense work is having some beef on that line and having good rush blitzing linebackers. Your secondary got to cover. Make the quarterback think really fast. Make quick decisions. He don't know where the blitz coming from. That's why the Jets gave the Patriots a lot of problems. The Ravens gave the Patriots a lot of problems. The Steelers gave the Patriots a lot of problems. 3-4 defense. It makes you think fast. The Kansas City Chiefs had run a 3-4 defense, right? It makes you think fast. Get rid of the ball. You can't sit back there and think that you're going to sit back there and pick us apart anymore. The days of quarterbacks completing 72%, 71%, 73%, 74% completion percentage is over. I'm going to do an over-under. We're going to do it on the video today. What do you think we're going to end up defensively when it comes to completion percentages? Would it be over 65 or under 65? The quarterbacks that we're playing this year, when it's all said and done at the end of the season, what do you think the overall completion percentage will be against our defense? Over or under 65%? With the new defense that we have, do you think the quarterbacks will complete over 65% of their balls against our defense? Now, and I touch on that because this puts a lot of pressure on the area that we've had issues with for the last 4 or 5 years. The secondary. The secondary has been our Achilles heel, the biggest Achilles heel on our team for the last 4 or 5 years. And now we got more rookies back there. But in a 3-4 defense, you have to be able to cover man-to-man press. You have to have corners with length to jam the receivers, to throw them off the route. Passing game is based on timing, folks. And when you run a 3-4 defense, it puts a lot of pressure on the cornerbacks to be able to cover, get your hands on the receiver to jam them. What did we draft this year versus what we've been drafting in the secondary? Size, length, quickness. Who did we draft? Bunton, Dean, and a big safety in Edwards. Bunton, Dean, and Edwards. What are their measurables, folks? You know the measurables if you paid attention to the draft. The measurables of Bunton, Dean, and Edwards. What are they? What are the measurables? They got a common thing about those guys. Those 3 guys. They got a common measurables about them. And we're running a 3-4 defense. And what do you need in the 3-4 defense? Size, length. Oh, somebody said it. 6'1". Size, length, and speed. Now, that's not a shot at Carlton Davis. He's going to start for now. But do not be surprised. All 3 of those guys are getting significant playing time. They all tall. No, and I mean, Vernon Hargreaves is what, 5'10" and a half? We're in a division with Julio Jones and Malcolm Thomas. I rest my case. Got to have guys with size and speed that can run with them. Get their hands on them. Sorry, Carlton Davis and Vernon Hargreaves, but if those guys are neck and neck with you in training camp, I'm starting those guys. Now, I am concerned. I'm not too concerned because being that this defense is a pressure defense and the cornerbacks got to play man-to-man. You know what's so crazy when I think about this whole defense versus what we had? We had the wrong damn defense the whole time. Mike Smith, Dort Cutter had us in the rump. Somebody said it earlier, Syke Smith. Mr. I don't believe in sacks. Sacks are overrated. Sacks are overrated. I don't believe in sacks. Mike Smith, dumb, just donkey of the day. What coach in their right mind would say something like that? Sacks are overrated. I don't believe in sacks. I want to play the bend, don't break defense. Don't give up the big play. Yeah, you was top 10 and not giving up big plays, but you was top 10 and giving up a lot of damn yards. Yards per play, completion percentage because of that prevent defense, and they still got scored on all the time. How the hell are you going to play bend, don't break defense, prevent defense, give up all these yards, and still give up points? Think about that, folks. That don't make no sense. Bend, don't break defense. We will let teams move from 20 to 20. That's the purpose of a prevent defense. You're preventing them from scoring, right? Then why we were so bad in scoring defense? Why were we one of the worst teams in the NFL defensively inside the 20 in the red zone? Go look this up, folks. I'm not telling you these lies. These are all facts. We were one of the worst teams in the NFL in giving up yards, points, yards per play. Like, prevent defense, it was crazy. It would be 3rd and 9, a big moment in the game. We stop them here. We get the ball back. We got momentum. After Jameis Winston will lead the team down to a touchdown or even a field goal. Bucs kick off the ball, the team get the ball. Okay, defense, let's get a stop. 3rd and 9. First down. I'm like, God damn it, man. I hated that defense. 3rd and 9, the cornerback's 15 yards on the ball. The ball snap, Ryan Smith bailing. Why are you bailing? Why are you bailing on the receiver on 3rd and 9? Get in the receiver face. We constantly gave up first down after first down after first down. Drive, demoralizing the defense. Gerald McCoy, nowhere to be seen. Ryan Smith, Gerald McCoy, offsides, first down. Carlton Davis getting burnt. Justin Evans hurt, can't cover nobody. Chris Conte, I said his name, number 23. Like, it got demoralizing. Like, you know how many games I've watched on 3rd down? I'll be like, oh, we need to stop, baby. First down, Christian McCaffrey. God damn. I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Like, why can't we cover? First down, Greg Olsen. Like, God damn it. First down, Amari Cooper. Like, it was like, what? I'm at the inception. Like, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone, man. It was so demoralizing, bro. Like, I know y'all feel my pain, but I know I feel y'all pain too, man. I'm just telling y'all, I'm speaking it. I'm the spokesman of y'all pain. It was so painful to watch last season. Our defense give up 3rd and 9s, 3rd and 10s, 3rd and 12s, 3rd and 15s, 3rd and 7s. And key moments of the game. I remember we was 5 and 7 playing the Cowboys. We could have beat the Cowboys. Like, it was like, dog, I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone for real. Like, are we really giving up these yards? Dak Prescott, a below average quarterback, all of a sudden in the 4th quarter making completions now? Really? Come on, we made quarterbacks better than how they really look, man. Like, are you kidding me? Remember the game against the Panthers that we intercepted Cam Newton 4 times and only won by 1 touchdown? Embarrassing, folks. So with our 3-4 defense, that completion percentage crap, that between the 20-yard line, moving the ball down the field at will, no, ain't happening. The Saints game, the first game of the season. Up and down the field. I was there, up and down the field. Like, golly, in the second half. We was up 45-24, and all of a sudden, touchdown. Like, what you doing? Even the Chicago Bears game, I'm like, what in the hell? Mitchell Trubisky? They had Mitchell Trubisky looking like a Pro Bowler. A top tier 1, tier 2 quarterback. The Bengals game, the Browns game had Baker Mayfield in the 4th quarter slinging the rock. But Mitchell Trubisky? Really? Outside of that game he was not that good. Now, we was horrible defensively. That's why I go back and tell y'all, the defense that we're going to right now is going to put so much pressure on the quarterback. The days of completing 70% or more against us, it's over. It's over. That ball gotta come out quick. Quick. Secondary got their hands cut out for them. Sean, Bunton, Dean, Edwards, Carlton Davis, Jordan Whitehead. You know, what is up with Justin Evans and his damn toe? His heel. Whatever the hell going on with his foot, man. I think he's going to lose his spot. And I like Justin Evans. But I don't think he's going to make it, folks. This man stay hurt. me ask y'all a question. Did Edwards come out with starters in training camp this season? Or was it Jordan Whitehead? I'm not there to see it, but did Jordan Edwards not Jordan, but who was the starting safety coming out with the first team defense? Was it Edwards? Because Justin Evans got this toe injury. Like, what the hell? You've been having the same toe injury since last year and the year before. Golly, Justin Evans is just you can't give it. When you're not available, you just fam. Ankle, heel, toe, whatever it is, man, you got to get that right. Or I think Edwards is going to start. I'm not even going to play the game. Edwards is going to be a starter. He's going to be starting safety. And then Bruce Arians was talking about Jordan Whitehead. How the heat. I'm gonna call Jordan Whitehead the heat-seeking missile. He flies around and throws his body out there. Bruce Arians said he put on some weight so he can hold that frame. So I'm thinking just Jordan Whitehead is probably around 215, 220. Lean muscle. Jordan Whitehead he's a flying, that boy fly everywhere. He don't even care. He don't even care. He just need to put some weight on him. And according to Bruce Arians, he put weight on him. Dean looks really good. I've heard more about Edwards and Dean than Bunton, which is concerning. That's why I'm gonna call him the bullet. Jordan Whitehead, from here on out, he's the bullet. Keep that in mind, folks. Jordan Whitehead is the Bucs bullet. Now, is he a strong safety or free safety? Is he versatile enough to play slot? I mean, because it's an exotic defense. So the thing about it. The defense is so versatile. You have to play multiple positions. You can't just line up in the same position every down because the defense is going to change. Jordan Warhead. I like that one. Jordan Warhead. Heat-seeking missile, man. He a thumper. He a little thumper. But these guys can play multiple positions. I like it. So right now, it's Edwards and Jordan Whitehead starting safeties. I know Justin Evans is hurt. I'm talking about people that's available right now. It's going to be Jordan Whitehead and Mike Edwards. Starting right now. If you had to pick from day one, after day one training camp, has anybody got information? Who was the safety that came out with the first team defense? Was it Whitehead and Edwards? Somebody let me know in the comment section. Was Edwards on the first team? Was any of the rookies besides Devon White on the first team defense? Because I think Dean is going to get the other cornerback spot. So Jordan Whitehead came out with the first team defense? So who was the other safety? Who was the other safety that came out with Jordan Whitehead? Was it Edwards? Now, there's going to be 7 DBs out there, 7 DBs out there the whole time. Oh, Dean was on the second team. So who was the other cornerback then? Who was the other cornerback opposite of Carlton Davis? So Dean came out on the second team. Who was on the first team? Give me who was the starting guys in the secondary? Oh, Edwards and Warhead. Oh, no. I'm just trying to find out, does anybody know that was out there at training camp? Oh, so it was Carlton Davis and Vernon Hargreaves starting corners. Well, I mean, yeah, Vernon Hargreaves got to play on the outside. You got to get on the outside, buddy. You're a first-round pick. Get your butt on the outside. But so who was the slot guy? Was it Bunton or Dean? No, Dean was second team defense. So I think it was Bunton. Anyway, But we got to figure that out, man. We got to figure that secondary out. Like Carlton Davis got a spot. Carlton Davis has a spot as a starting cornerback. The other cornerback is up for grabs. Yeah, we got Vernon Hargreaves, but is he still a slot? Can he grow? Can he grow the hell up and stop playing that slot? Get your butt on the outside and cover. That's why we drafted Bunting and Dean, man. I said it here first, folks. Don't be surprised Vernon Hargreaves get traded or released. Because I don't think Bruce Arians is too fond of Vernon Hargreaves' attitude. Remember that interview? Remember that interview that they asked him about Vernon Hargreaves? He was like, you got to ask him about that. I was like, oh, Lord. And then they went to Vernon Hargreaves and asked Vernon Hargreaves, oh, no, it was just, I don't think Bruce Arians is too fond of Vernon Hargreaves. I can see the disconnection already. Y'all remember that interview? They asked Bruce Arians, why wasn't Vernon Hargreaves out here at OTAs? Oh, he got to get himself together. I don't know what's going on. You got to ask him about that. I was like, oh, Lord. Vernon Hargreaves already on the bad side. And then he tried to cover it up by, oh, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I was just boy. Vernon Hargreaves, man. Roll the hell up. Get out there on the field. Get your butt out on the outside and cover. Stop with the I want to play slot crap. Stop. Do not know. You're an outside cornerback. You got the talent to be an outside top 15 cornerback. Play like it. Jesus. Arians is trying to help this man out. You know, the vote of confidence, right? The vote of confidence. Of course, Bruce Arians is going to compliment Vernon Hargreaves. Oh, he's doing really good. Yada, 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 yada. But don't get it twisted. Bruce Arians is watching Vernon Hargreaves really close. Very close. Vernon Hargreaves is on the radar. He's on the hot seat. Why you think they drafted 3 guys? The last couple years, they've drafted a lot of people in the secondary. MJ Stewart, Carlton Davis, Bunting, Dean. We picked up the 5th-year option. You better cover the number 1 receivers. But personally, I really personally think that Vernon Hargreaves is on the hot seat. He started out good last year, but he got hurt. He's injury prone, man, and then he has this attitude issue. Like, it's not worth the money. But we'll see, man. We definitely gonna see what Vernon Hargreaves gonna do. And MJ Stewart, I like you, man, but I just don't see a position for you, buddy, on special teams. MJ Stewart's too slow. He was overdrafted. And I'm focusing on the secondary folks because that's the problem. MJ Stewart, Vernon Hargreaves, you're on the hot seat. Even Carlton Davis. Because there's a possibility that Bunting and Dean can be on the outside. MJ Stewart was drafted in the 2nd round. Yikes. Think about that, folks. If anybody remember that draft, who we passed up on in the 2nd round? Dante Jackson. When I saw MJ Stewart's 40-yard dash, I was like, what? Isaiah Oliver was there. Dante Jackson was there. and we picked up MJ Stewart. 4, 5, 6. Playing slot. He won't be playing slot this year, folks. They moved him to safety. Second round pick. He was overdrafted. MJ Stewart was overdrafted. That man was a 4th or 5th round pick. 6 at the latest. And we picked him in the 2nd round. When we had guys like Justin Reed, Jesse Bates, Dante Jackson, Isaiah Oliver, all sitting there. No. MJ Stewart, 2nd round. Like, what? 4, 5, 6. And we put him in a slot? Time and time again, I watched him get beat left and right. Y'all seen it. He was getting beat every Sunday, every 3rd down. He was getting beat. He displayed poor technique. I was like, how in the world is he even playing? You know, your first couple weeks, you know, you get your feeling. The dude was getting burnt every weekend, every Sunday. From goal line to goal line. MJ Stewart could not cover a bed. MJ Stewart can't even cover a bed on 3rd downs. Every time I seen MJ Stewart, he was trailing, the trail technique. Every time the ball got caught, he wasn't even by the guy catching the ball. Did he have any breakups? Bruce Arians came out and said it himself. He's a safety now. Move that man to safety. Had to. Wasn't good. Special teams. Special teams player. Matter of fact, MJ Stewart could take Ryan Smith's place. How about that? Because I'm so sick and tired of Ryan Smith. I'm so sick and tired of Ryan Smith. Like, Ryan Smith is the worst cornerback on our team. I think MJ Stewart better than Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith couldn't cover his ass, pulling up his pants. That's another one. 3rd and 15, 25 yards off the ball. Yeah, I'm exaggerating, but you get what I'm saying. How many breakups did Ryan Smith had? Don't worry, I'll wait. How many? Ryan Smith been on the team, what, 4 years now? Ryan Smith been on the team, what, 4 years now? And he hasn't shown me anything that's worth value. MJ Stewart, Ryan Smith are not good. But I'll take MJ Stewart because he's cheaper. That's just me. 11 career pass deflections. And he been in the league, what, 4 years now? Ryan Smith, 4 years in the league now? Trash. 3 years in the league. This is going to be his 4th year in the league. See, this is the problem, and this is why I'm going back to tell you at the beginning, man. Coaching, man. Todd Bowles, Mike Smith. Who would you rather have? Like, let's be honest, or let's put it out there, folks. Who would you rather have, Todd Bowles or Mike Smith? Based on history, look at the overall history of their defenses. Todd Bowles defenses, Mike Smith defenses. Who would you rather have? I mean, it's not hard to figure this out, folks. We already know we'll take Bruce Arians over Dirk Cutter all day. I told y'all, coaching makes a difference. Y'all gonna see the difference between real coaches, emphasizing the real part, versus coaches that were just there. Do y'all see the demeanor with the team now? The team has a whole different demeanor, different swag and everything because of coaching. Playing with aggression. No risk, no biscuit. Look at the defense. I seen the highlights. I'm like, they flying around. Look at training camp last year. Yeah, I was hyped last year because I was like, oh, we got a chance. I was overly optimistic last year. I should have known better, and I'm gonna take the bus on that. I take the bus on being too hype last year and the year before. I was hyped. I was like, oh, we straight. After that 9-7 season, I was like, oh, we good. 2 straight years of mediocre, not even mediocre, horrible coaching, which has affected everybody. That plague that Mike Smith and Dirk could have had affected the whole organization. It even affected the fans coming to the games. Think about it. I went to the game, the Saints game, empty. All kind of Saints apparel all over the place. Saints fans all through the stadium. The fans had it up to here with that. Dog, them 2 knuckleheads made our team the laughing stock in Tampa. Whatever was going on in Tampa, on Sunday, the fans were not going to mess with the Bucs game. It was bad, dog. I was sitting there in the 100. Shouts out to Keith at the 106, section 106, man. Empty. Saints fans everywhere. Like the Saints fans took over at the end of the game in the 4th quarter. Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them? I was like, oh boy. Embarrassing. No more. Because I'll be at a few games this season. Facts. Do y'all understand the difference between being 10-6 and 6-10 or 5-11? Do y'all know the difference between being 5-11, 11-5, or 6-10 versus 10-6? Coaching. How many games did we lose last year when the score was less than 8 points? I believe we lost a few games that was decided with 1 score or less, right? I mean, 1 score. We could have won a lot of those games. Poor coaching moments. Lost too many close games because of coaching. The difference between 6-10 and 10-6 is coaching. 6 games by 3 points or less. Coaching, folks. Coaching. 6 games we lost by 3 points or less. Remember the Giants game? Remember the Bengals game? The Saints game? Falcons game? Like 6 games by 3 points or less. Let that marinate, folks. Let that resonate in your brain cells. Ridiculous. And we could have lost more games because of Dirk Cutter's stupid coaching. Think about it, folks. Think. The difference between us going 5-11 and 10-6 was coaching. Think about it. Those 6 games that we lost by 3 points or less, we win those 6 games, that's 11-5. Six games by 3 points or less. Change those games that we lost by 3 points or less. That's 11-5. 11-5. In every game that we lost that was 3 points or less, those 6 games that we lost that was 3 points or less, coaching. That's the difference. Think about it. 5-11, 11-5. Freaking coaching. The coach alone can get you 6 games. Bruce Arians can lock you in 6 games by himself. Folks, this is one of my longest videos. Coaching alone can get you 6 games. Just by coach Bruce Arians is 6 games. Automatic. Guaranteed. We're guaranteed a 6-10 season. Well, okay, 5-11. We're guaranteed 5-11. Let's just make it. I'm gonna make it simple. We're guaranteed to win 5 games. Just on Bruce Arians alone. But the difference between winning 5 games versus 11 is those 5 extra games in key moments, or 10-6, Bruce Arians can make those decisions, have better clock management, in-game management, not those challenge flags when you can't challenge a play in overtime. Messing up the kicker could have lost that game against the Browns by throwing the challenge flag. You get what I'm saying? Like, Bruce Arians thinks more clear than Dirk or Dort Cutter. Having Bruce Arians leading this ship, our team should be better prepared coming into the game and in the game. Think about it. He's going to have the team better prepared in certain situations. Todd Bowles in certain downs and certain plays of the game when it's 3rd and 10 and we got to make a stop. The defense will make a stop. There was a stat. I remember somebody brought it up too. We had our defense was like number 28, 29, 30th in the league in a lot of categories. If our defense was 17, that's 10-6. If we had a top 17 defense, somebody said top 20, but no, a top 17 defense, we're 10-6. Easy. Average to, on a scale of 1 to 10, if our defense was a 6, 10-6. Playoffs. First round exit. You know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying? We don't need a beast defense. We don't need a top 10 defense to be 10-6. Top 17, like around that 15 to 18 range. That's 10-6. 9-7. 8-8. Up in there. I will be satisfied with an 8-8 season. I know I probably, you satisfied with a 500 season. Yes, I'm satisfied with an 8-8 season because that shows the trajectory where we're going. And I know a lot of people was on Jameis Winston, but they did not bash the defense as much as Jameis Winston got bashed more than the defense. It's crazy. If our defense is 16, 17, 18. 9-7, 10-6. Think about it, folks. For the last 4 years, we've had the worst defense, one of the worst defense, and one of the worst special teams in the league. But nobody want to bring that up. But Bucs Locker bringing that up. Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Are you freaking kidding me? Did you see how bad that defense and that special team? We think about this. 6 games. How many games did we lose with missing extra points, missing field goals? Come on, man. Like, it's a team effort. You can't put it on one guy. Dog, extra points. Dog, every time we line up for a freaking, I'm transitioning over to the special teams. This is my opening day first video for the season, right? This is my day one video. Like they had training camp day one. This is like my day one expectations. You know, I'm talking about it right now. Now I'm going to segue over to the special teams and mix it in with the defense. How many games did the kicker miss extra points and field goals that came back to bite us in the butt? But yet, Jameis Winston, come on, folks, come on, man. Like, enough is enough. We get it. You don't like, a lot of y'all don't like Jameis Winston, but come on. How many games extra points and field goals was missed? Let's be real, folks. Be real. Stop with the personal vendetta crap. It was the whole team was messed up. The whole team was not in sync. When you're not in line, when you're not in order, it's chaos. When you have chaos at the top. When you have chaos at the top, the rest of it don't flow. I don't care what type of quarterback you got. Dog, when nothing is lined up in order, you have chaos trickling all the way down. Confusion, disarray. Come on, folks, think about this. We're talking about football. We're talking about football at the granular level. We're not talking about on the field. We're talking about at the coaching level when you got confusion and dysfunction and chaos and unsure. Like, it trickles out on the field. Coach don't know how to make in-game changes and adjustments and second half adjustments and clock management skills. These are not on the field situations. This is on the sideline. We're talking about on the sideline when you can't even figure it out. Should you call timeout? Should you do a challenge flag? Do you send the field goal? This is on the side of the field. The people with the headsets on are dysfunctional. When every time we lined up to kick a field goal, I'm like, my heart was beating fast. Jameis Winston missed the field goal. Come on. Come on. It's demoralizing when, if I was on that team, I'll be like, God damn, like, what's going on with Dirk Cutter, man? Why he can't? Come on, man. Like, let's be real. Every time special teams got on the field to kick a field goal or extra point, it was what's the word I'm looking for? Every time the field goal or extra point was about to get kicked, right before the snap, I was like, oh. Every time, you know it's bad when your field goal kicker makes a field goal or extra point, and it's like you jumping for joy. It was a spectacle, man. Even this analyst was talking about it. Jameis Winston, come on. So we deflected. We're going to put it on the player when the kicker is missing a field goal and extra point. Oh, Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston. Every Sunday, every time we kicked a field goal or extra point, whether it was missed or made, right before the kick, my heart was beating fast. I'm like, it's good. And then every time he missed an extra point or a field goal, I was like, demoralizing. You don't know the psychological barrier or the psychological effect that it has when a certain unit goes on the field and you know it was going to be a drama-filled situation. That's what our special team was. Our special teams, every time they lined up for a field goal, extra point, it was like must-watch TV. If they had an NFL red zone, they need to have an NFL field goal zone or extra point zone. And every time the Bucs got in the red zone, the camera, they should have switched over to the Bucs. When they ran out to the kick a field goal extra point, it was like, he made the field goal. He made the extra point. Come on, man. Jameis Winston. Come on, man. Really? We're cursed. All because of Roberto Aguayo getting picked in the second round. It's that bad. Our special teams is that bad. Special teams can win you 3 games alone. And we've had the worst special teams. Our special teams was baby dookie. Doo-doo. Now we got this rookie, Santos still there, and you got this rookie guy from Utah. Santos was okay last year. He made some kicks. He also missed some kicks too. We got to get better on special teams. If we want to get to 9, 8, 9, 10 wins, we got to win on special teams. Punt return, kick return. Punting the ball. The kickoffs. All that got to be in sync. Special teams got to be in the top 10 for us to get 10 wins. You cannot leave points on the board. You cannot leave them. You cannot leave points out there because they will come back to bite you. Remember, folks, 6 games or less, we lost 6 games by 3 points or less. Kicking. Coaching can get you 3 or 4 wins. Well, I'm sorry, kicking the ball correctly in the field goal post can get you 3 wins. Coaching can get you 6. Kicking alone can get you 3 or 4. So we're talking about 9, 10 wins. And then of course you got to add in the make or breaks. You know you got to break on that one. Oh, you dodged the bullet. So there's the Patriots dodged a lot of bullets. Yeah, the Patriots won a lot of games. The Rams won a lot of games, but they dodged a lot of bullets too in close games. But the coach always made the right decision. The Chiefs dodged some bullets because there's going to be some games you're going to dodge the bullets, but you got to make a freaking kick. Make a freaking kick. We got to make kicks. Santos, guy, whoever it is, got to make some kicks, man. Whoever's the field goal kicker, got to make some kicks. Coaching, making some kicks, and a couple breaks. We're talking about 10, 11 wins. Easy. I'll book us for 5 wins guaranteed. Guaranteed 5 wins. Bruce Arians, 5 or 6 wins. Guaranteed. Special teams. If the special teams make their freaking kicks, extra points, field goals, we're talking about 9 wins. And then a couple breaks here and there, we're talking about 10, 11 wins. Easy. I can break this down all day, folks. Everything has to be in sync, though. Offense, defense, special teams, coaching. And we did not have that with Dort Cutter and Syke Smith. We did not have that. It starts with the coaching staff. It starts with the front office. Jason Light making bad draft decisions. Dort Cutter, Mike Smith can't get right on offense and defense. Come on, man. It's all in sync, man. We can't point the finger at one guy. I'm just saying, man. This is my opening video on Bucs Locker for the 2019 season. For the Tampa Bay Bucs. These are the things that's going to get us to 9, 10, 11 wins. We're going to have to catch some breaks. Whether you like it or not, folks, we're going to have to catch some breaks to get to 11 wins. All teams catch breaks. Even the best teams catch breaks. But you gotta guarantee yourself at least 5 or 6 games, like you win automatic. And then the special teams gotta get you 3 games. Remember that game, the Saints game, when Taysom Hill blocked the punt? Changed the whole game. Remember when Taysom Hill, I was there, I saw it. Remember when Taysom Hill blocked the punt? We was dominating the game. It was raining. It was muddy. Taysom Hill blocked that punt, and it energized the whole Saints sideline. And from there, they took over the game, and we lost. And remember, I told y'all, key moments of the game. Key moments of the game can change the whole entire outcome of the game. If Taysom Hill do not block that punt, we win the game. I remember watching how that whole game played out. It was raining. It was gloomy. It was muddy. Bucs was dominating. Drew Brees wasn't doing nothing. Block punt. Like, what the hell just happened? From downhill after that block punt. We could not recover from a freaking block punt. How the hell? Dirk Cutter lost the team, dog. It was like he was trying to balance plates on his. He couldn't even he couldn't gather the troops. He couldn't galvanize the team and to get over that block punt. Coaching can do that to you when you don't have the right leader on at the top. Coaching the team, basketball, football, baseball, hockey, it don't matter. A play like that should not demoralize a team. Galvanize the troops, get everybody back on the same page, and continue to play and push and beat and win. Block punt changed the whole game. Downhill from there. Dirk Cutter didn't know what to do. It was like leaks everywhere. Oh, defense, offense. Oh, we can't run the ball. Oh, offense line not blocking. He was trying to plug holes in there. He didn't know what to do. Amateur coach. Dirk Cutter was an amateur coach. That moment right there, I knew he was going to get fired. At that moment, I knew Dirk Cutter was going to get fired. When that block punt happened, he was going to get fired already, but it solidified, you're going to get fired. And somebody mentioned, it was the linebacker that missed the block. Well, okay, he missed the block because the football awareness, which it comes from coaching. The little things from coaching can decide a game. How many block field goals or block punts you seen happen on the New England Patriots? Huh? Oh, the linebacker missed the block. Coaching. Small things teams catch upon. Think about it. You think Taysom Hill just blocked the punt because he just blocked the punt? No. The Saints coaching saw something, and that linebacker, if he do this, you do that. You go get the ball. The Saints special team coach told Taysom Hill, if the linebacker makes a subtle step to the left or to the right, go block the punt. If you go back and look at the play, the linebacker, how did you not see a dude running right at you? Why? Because he made a subtle adjustment of football is decided in seconds. It's broken down into milliseconds. Thinking. Right up the middle. How in the hell? Special teams coaching can get you 3 games. Yes, it was a linebacker fault, but what did that stem from? Coaching. Fundamentals will tell you, as the protector of the punter, your job is to look straight ahead. A V. How did he let this guy run directly at him and he turns and... Are you serious? Coaching. Fundamentals can lose you so many games. In that moment, it pretty much summed up our season. Stuff like that happened all throughout the year. Remember the Redskins game? 505 yards offense. From 20 to 20, we was up and down the field. Redskins, I think, had like, 300 yards total offense, and they still won the game. Remember that game, folks? The Bucs had 505 yards or 504 yards total offense. And how many points did we score? Every time we got down there. Every time we... I know y'all remember that game. Redskins didn't do anything. $505 yards, and we only scored 3 points? Well, it was one of them. It was but we had a lot of yards. The Redskins, we damn near doubled them in yards, and we lost the game still. And then go back to the Saints game. We intercepted Drew Brees, had the ball to capitalize for a score. We get the ball to put the game away. We don't move the ball at all. We tried out for a field goal. He missed the field goal. Remember that? We intercepted Drew Brees. Got the ball, had the ball inside their 35-yard line. Didn't move the ball. Tried out there for a field goal. Santos missed the field goal. Or was it one of the two? And of course, the block punt by Taysom Hill. And then the Redskins game. Up and down the field. Redskins with a Band-Aid O-line beat us. Oh my gosh, bro. So did I cover everything, folks? Did I cover the O-line? Did I cover the offense? Quarterback, O-line, receivers, running back. Bucs, Arians, Byron, that's what you know. Did I cover the defense? Front four, front three, or front seven, the rookies, the secondary, Ty Bowles. Did I cover the special teams? I sure did. I covered all 3 phases of the game. And all 3 phases need to be in sync. Not just Jameis Winston. Peyton Barbery. He got to be the one to carry the team. Not one man can carry that team. Yes, the quarterback gets all the glory. Yes, we know that. But it's a team effort at the end of the day. Yes, is there pressure on Jameis Winston? Yes. Is there pressure on Vernon Hargreaves? Yes. Is there pressure on Noah Spence? Yes. Are we praying that JPP get back in week 8? Yes. Or week 9? Yes. Are we praying that Rojo know how to run through the holes? Yes. We're praying, we're hoping that these guys, improve. We're hoping that Jameis Winston stop with the turnovers. We're hoping that Ronald Jones can actually play. We're hoping that Noah Spence can get us 6 sacks. We're hoping. Sound like a rap song. But all that don't matter if those guys are not coached up right. Jameis Winston can still throw interceptions because he's not coached up right. That's coachable. Mechanics, awareness. Ronald Jones hitting the hole, learning how to block, learning how to catch the ball. That's coaching. Yes, we get it. This is a really vital year for a couple guys on that team. Noah Spence, Jameis Winston, Vernon Hargreaves, Jason Light. This is a make or break year for a few of those guys on that team. Because if it don't work out, folks, we're talking about a reboot. Quarterback reboot. We're talking about, and I don't even know if Bruce, if it don't work out with Bruce Arians and Jason Light being tight, do we fire Jason Light? Because this is he on the hot seat. Jameis Winston, Vernon Hargreaves, Noah Spence, JPP probably won't be back next year because if it goes bad, we're not taking his contract. $13 million. He out of there. Cuban Bread out of there. Whole new coach, whole new scheme. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. All this stuff can happen. This can be a total reboot if it don't get right. So there you have it, folks. My first video for the 2009, quote unquote, NFL season for the Tampa Bay Bucs. I covered everything. Am I going to do a prediction on what's our record going to be? No, not yet. My prediction video will come after the 4th game of the preseason of what our record is going to be. I am not going to say our record is going to be X, Y, and Z until after the 4th game of the preseason. I need to see what we got, how the system looks. I'm not making no predictions as far as how many games, what's our record going to be. I'm going to make a prediction on what our record, what our win and loss record going to be. Not until after the 4th game of the preseason. Not until we get to a 53-man roster. So anyway, there you have it. Buckles Locker training camp pre-video for the season coming up, moving forward. The expectations, the breakdown in all 3 levels, in coaching and all that stuff like that. Going into the training camp, going into the preseason game. Preseason game is just 2 weeks away. So, Buckles Locker clap. With that being said, shouts out to everybody in the chat room that stuck around almost for 2 hours and to listen to me talk about nonsense and talk about Cuban sandwiches. But anyway, shouts out to everybody in the video, in the chat room, showing me some love. I see y'all. I'm not blind to the fact that y'all still here. I will be at some of the games this season, away and home. So stay tuned for Buckles Locker live videos from different stadiums, and then even at Tampa. I'm trying to do about 3 games in Tampa and about 4 games away. So stay tuned for that. If everything works out right, if nothing will happen in my personal life, I can make about 7 games. So you will be seeing videos from different stadiums if everything goes right with me and what I got going on. That's the goal. So, with that being said, I look forward to making more videos, and there will be more videos being made a couple times a week because the off season is here. I mean, it's over. The season is here, so you will see me a whole lot more now. Whether it's 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, you will see a whole lot more Isaiah on Buckles Locker now that we're in the training camp phase. With that being said, now the 2019 season for the NFL Bucs can start because of Buckles Locker. To all my Pirates and my Sea Bandits, Buckaholics, diehards, you know the spiel. I want y'all to fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag, and no risk, no biscuit. Y'all have a good weekend and be safe out there. I'm out.